Okay, so here we are, morning of 22nd of June. House is in exactly the same state as it was at the end of April. 30th of April was the last time that the builders actually turned up. They have promised me that they will be here this morning, guaranteed we'll be there sometime between 9 and 9:30, which gives them about 10 minutes to arrive. I'll keep you posted. So, plan this week was to get up in the loft and run all the internet cables. As ever with the build, another delay. This week we got a heat wave. All bets are off basically. It is 38.5 degrees in the loft. There is no way, no how I'm running cables up here this week. One thing we did manage to get done this week was getting the boiler installed. Boiler guy turned up Tuesday as planned, cracked on all the way through Tuesday, all the way through Wednesday. So we have successfully got rid of the old boiler cabinet in the kitchen. So this is the damage on the kitchen side of the boiler move. As you can see, it's still a little bit on the rough side. I haven't had a chance to patch anything up or cover anything up as yet, but given that the extension's my big project at the moment, kitchen is a problem for future Dan. I'm quite impressed with how the pipe workers managed to all get transferred across into the ceiling cavity, down the wall a little section and straight through into that landing cavity. It's going to leave me with just a really little bit of boxing in to do in the kitchen, but I mean it's gained us about a foot of usable space in the kitchen, which is phenomenal really. It's one that we've wanted to get on with for about the last 8 years. Well impressed with this. Real good fun testing out your heating system when it's 32 degrees outside. But yeah, everything went well, everything's up and running. I've got everything all labelled up now as well, so I know exactly what pipes where. Next step for here is going to be put a basically false front on this one. I haven't decided yet whether it's going to be inside a cupboard and hide the whole thing, or if I'm just going to put a false back on and leave the boiler out in the open. Then we can start thinking about getting the walls in for the bathroom, fitting the toilet. We've also left pipes coming off the hot and cold water that are going to feed the downstairs loo and water basin. So here we're likely to go for one of those toilets with the sink above the cistern. You know, it's downstairs loo, it's predominantly for the kids. We all know they don't wash their hands, so it's there just for any guests to come. They've also left the tails in for flow and return for the heating system. Labelled them up as well so we can see what's going on up there. As soon as I get in through a ceiling cavity or lift a floorboard or whatever, I'll know exactly which pipe's which. Saves any confusion in future. So this last week as well, the builders and renderer finally made an appearance. First time they've been back since the 30th of April. In that time we've had a run of bad weather, don't get me wrong. Too cold, too wet, too hot, too windy. We've had broken down vans, we've had illnesses, you know, every excuse under the sun. We've also had ample opportunity to get this job done. I think there's about a 3-degree temperature window where renderers can actually work at this point. I'm just hoping we get a few more of those days coming soon. I'm rapidly running out of time to get on with this. So initially building works for the shell were going really, really well. We had about a 6-week run of really phenomenal activity. They got to most of what you can see today in that first 6 weeks. Now, then we got to the end of April, builders dropped off the map, renderer dropped off the map. I mean, don't get me wrong, they've been contacting me via text messages, but I'm not getting much work done. This week was the first time I've seen them since end of April. It's now 28th of June. And I'm getting kind of a bit behind schedule here. You know, the extension is 95% watertight. There's a little bit of standing water that's collecting on the roof that is managing to seep in. It's not letting rain in, you know, we've had a couple of proper really good storms. It's not letting anything catastrophic in. I just don't really want to be playing with water and electrics at the same time. Builder came in on Monday and prepared a bit of the remedial work on the rendering, so it was ready to go. And renderer came in on Tuesday and we finally unblocked the roof. So we've been waiting for months now for this front section around the window, the gable section where it adjoins the existing house, and the bit up there around the window to be completed, so they can get back in and get on with finishing off the roof. So we've got the extension roof is only 2/3 tiled, it's not finished off yet. The canopy over the downstairs setback section still isn't finished off yet. And there's a whole front house roof that needs stripping and retiling. Yeah, you know, it's all bought and paid for, I just need them to turn up and finish off the job. So first one that anybody thinks when there's delays is, oh, am I messing these builders about? No, Not at all. I have made every stage payment within 5 minutes of it being requested. We had various phases throughout the build, you know, foundation payment, first floor height, wall plate height, roof timbers going in, roof tiling going. Every one of those payments has been made. The only payments I've got outstanding are the 2 completion payments, one for the renderer and one for the builder. In the meantime, costs are adding up. This scaffolding's now at least 9 weeks overdue. All materials have been paid for. I just need to get the work done at this point. Got any suggestions how we handle this? Be much appreciated. Yeah, I just want to get cracking on the inside and get things bloody done now. Let's get moving, shall we? As part of budgeting for the extension build, I managed to get myself basically about 6 months where I can focus just on this project. 2 months hanging around for builders isn't really helping with that. Now, my first proper deadline is coming up in 6 weeks. We are hoping to have the kids in their own bedrooms by middle of August because it's my son's birthday. It'd be nice to get them their own space. You know, they're on top of each other at the minute. Every bedtime's interesting. So yeah, they need some space. So first plan is going to be now change every bit of focus onto the bedroom. I'm not bothered about the bathroom being finished yet. I'm not bothered about downstairs being finished yet. We need to get these kids some space. So yeah, 6 weeks, all systems go on the bedroom. So I think that pretty much covers everything for this week. Next week, hopefully we'll be cracking on with the Ethernet and CCTV install. I've also got an order coming in from Toolstation with a whole load of cabling. We're going to start running wires, some of the first fix electrics in. Hopefully I can get myself up to speed and ready to go, catch up again, get these kids in the bedrooms by middle of August. Wish me luck, see what happens. Oh, and if you got any tips on how to get builders to pull their fingers out, give us a yell.